Maloelele, my name is Meresoakai, and I am going to do a presentation on the requirement of Ed152. This presentation is based on my own views about human development, the theories of development in the Western world, and in my own social cultural context, which is Doma, the current perspectives of human development, why we must understand it, and its importance in learning growth. In my own view, human development is the process of growth and change that take place from birth to adulthood. It is a lifelong procedure of physical, emotional, social, and mental growth. I think that the horizon could best describe human development. As sun rises, it gives light, which is the first thing we see when we are born. It's the start point of how we grow and develop through stages of life. In the next few slides, I will talk about some of the Western theories about human development. I'm going to talk about Piaget, Vygotsky, John Locke, and Freud. Firstly, Jean Piaget is a Swiss psychologist who was well known for his 4 stages of cognitive development. A sensory model that is from birth to 2 years old. At this stage, the child uses the 5 senses to explore things. Object permanence is invented at this stage. The child learns that things exist even though they are out of sight. Pre-operational, that is from 2 to 7 years old. Symbolic thought develops whereby the child starts to proceed from concrete to abstract thinking. Child become proficient but still encounter with understanding the idea of resolution. The child looks at 2 similar snails, one with the eyes and the other with the lens. The child might think that the one with the lens is the biggest because it appears larger. Concrete operational, that is from 7 to 11 years of age. The child begins to think logically about concrete things. They tend to understand the concept of conservation. Even things change in appearance, the quantities remain the same. Formal operational, that is from 12 years old to adulthood. This is the final stage whereby they begin to do scientific reasoning. They deal with hypothetical problems. Vygotsky is a Russian psychologist who came up with the social cultural theory of cognitive development. His zone of proximal development, where he believed that the child obtains his culture, beliefs, and problem-solving approaches through cooperatively converses with the more knowledgeable other, or the MKO. The MKO must be more skillful in the task. This is where scaffolding introduced. Each temporary assistance given to the learner until the task can be done independently. For instance, the learner doesn't know how to brush her teeth, so the MKO assists her until she be able to brush her teeth on her own. John Locke was an English philosopher who came up with the idea of human as tabula rasa, saying that human born into this world with a complete mind but a blank slate, and things can only be added to it is through experiences. Human born into a state of nature, as he mentioned. 3 main issues expressed in his theory were life, liberty, and estate. How to educate our children is that parents should attend to them and become mentors of rational thinking. Who should rule over us? And what should we do to those with different religious ideas from us? He believed that everyone has rights and those rights are not subject of the government. Punishment should avoid, and the child shouldn't be directed by rules, but by respect and fear of dishonored oneself. Government responsible to the provision of equal protections to citizens. Sigmund Freud invented his psychosexual stages of development. He believed that human nature comprised of three components: id, ego, and superego. They contribute to the personality of individuals. Id is the main source of living. Ego supervises character in order to satisfy basic needs without unpleasant result. Superego supplies directions for making discernments. These three components influence the personality of individuals. The 6 psychosexual stages of development are oral, that is birth to 1 year old. The child is very much likely in dealing with the mouth as standard of development, like sucking, nail biting, and so forth. Anal, that is 1 to 3 years old. Bodily functions displayed, such as toilet training. Parents or a reliable adult begin to train the child of how to use the bathroom. Phallic, that is from 3 to 6 years old, is focused on genitals. Oedipus and Electra complex develop, whereby boys urge to replace their fathers and girls replace their mothers. Latency is from 6 to 12 years old. Communication skills and self-esteem develop, whereby children are taught values of their parents that is significant to them. Genital, that is 12 plus years old. This is the final stage of Sigmund Freud theory. Is genital. Sexual interest is strongly encountered and a lot of physical and emotional changes occur. Coming to my own socio-cultural context, which is Tonga, human development is essential as all the interrelated factors collaborate in shaping lives for the future successfulness of everyone as they grow and develop throughout their lives. Nature and the environment is the beginning of human development. Children develop in a natural way as they interact with nature and the surroundings. Natural environment plays important roles that assist and facilitate the child's development throughout life. Family at home has huge involvement in a person's development. Culture ties together. Parents nurtured and wove the life of the child with respected culture at early ages, and it will remain in the child forever. When child enters school, a rapid increase of social interactions with teachers and peers. Physical, emotional, social, and mental changes experienced by the children, such as logical thinking, and become decision makers. The right upbringing of a particular person will result in future successfulness. Tongans believed that if a person being molded in a religious way since birth, that person will grow and develop well throughout the stages of life. The current perspectives of human development changes due to some influential factors such as virtual culture and the influence of technology. Parents spend less time in nurturing their children as technology comes in and replaces their roles. As a result, future consequences will be faced by the child. Understanding growth enables us to have a fair idea of our own life experiences and to advocate mental and physical health of individuals. We may be able to recognize what we had gone through life and support everyone's development. I hope that you have a fair understanding of what human development is. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.